creek. Walk 'em up and down in the summer heat. Same old boy changing like the seasons. Country kid turning to a town right heathen. Country kid turning to a town right heathen.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Old Man Van Running. Here again in the Old Man Van Cave, the Old Man Van Castle. So, it's Wednesday, 3 days after Father's Day. Hope all you wonderful dads out there had a wonderful Father's Day. I hope all you kids out there went and did something really nice for your dad. I'm going to tell you OMV had a really, really good Father's Day. It all started Father's Day morning, the annual Branford road race on Father's Day. It's a 5-mile road race down in Branford, Connecticut. Almost 2,000 runners, a real big race down there. United States Senator from Connecticut, Dick Blumenthal, was there to kind of get everybody fired up at the start of the race. And it just was a wonderful, wonderful day by the water. It was in the 70s, really dry weather. Sun was out, a little bit warm, but it was only 5 miles. Just a wonderful, wonderful way to start Father's Day. My kids were there. That was a great, great thing. My 3 kids were there with one of the dogs, and they were there to cheer me on at the finish line, and that made it extra special. And we're going to go into how that race went because there was even some more special aspects to it. So without further ado, let's get to the race. Good morning, everybody. It's Old Man Van. I'm here in Branford, Connecticut. It's Father's Day 2024. So I'm getting ready to run the Branford road race. It's a 5-mile road race held every Father's Day in Branford, Connecticut. Really cool, a lot of runners, around 2,000 or so. So it's a very big race. It's just a lot of fun. I did it 2 years ago. I finished, I think, 6th or 7th in the 55 to 59, but it was racing 6:56 per mile for 5 miles. So I think it was at 34:40. So today I'm 61. What's my goal today? I'd like to get under 35. That would be great. Let's see if I can get right around 6:50 to 6:55. We'll see how it goes, but feeling pretty good today. The weather's good. It's low 60s right now. It's very dry. It's going to be, mid 60s to right or close to 70 by race time, which is 9:45 a.m. So I'm just sitting here in the car, having a cup of coffee at 7:58 a.m. Again, the race gets off at 9:45. I am going to be racing in the A6 Metaspeed Edge Plus today. Those are just a really good shoe for the shorter races for me. I'm also going to be wearing my OMV singlet from the New York City Half Marathon and my Boston Marathon short tights. Right now I'm just relaxing, watching I think the Stockholm Marathon replay on FloTrack on my phone and just kind of relaxing. I already hit the Porta Johns once, having a little bit of coffee, getting all my gear ready, and just relaxing, enjoying the day, and then going to spend the rest of my day, obviously, with my youngins, and I'm really looking forward to that. So, great day out here, looking forward to a great race. Okay, it's an hour away from race time. It's getting a little warm, and but it's nice and dry, so that should help, and it's only 5 miles, so I'm nice and hydrated, ready to rock and roll. Beautiful downtown, beautiful location for a road race. Father's Day tradition here in Branford, Connecticut. Really excited for this. Didn't run it last year because I was injured, but this year I'm feeling good again and ready to go. So this will be my last race before I kick off Chicago Marathon training here this coming week. And it's a good way to finish the post-Boston Marathon racing season and get myself feeling confident and ready to really jump into this training block. So this is kind of, I think, the Branford Festival here.
All right, recording will begin the 2-mile health walk, and the 5-mile race starts at 9:45. If you're trying to kill some time over here at the Branford Green, we do have a new inflatable picture frame over by the finish line. Be sure to get your picture taken. Tag us on social media and let us know how you enjoyed the Branford Road Race.
This is, as you can see here, a pretty big party here. Again, it's a beautiful day. I've been very lucky. 2 years ago I ran this and the weather was fantastic. So it looks like it's going to be that way again, albeit a little bit warm, but dry. So looking real good. So the race starts down the street over there and finishes right up here. You make this turn right up onto, I believe it's Main Street, and you finish right down there. I'll give you a quick look at that. So here's the finish line down there. And you'll make this turn, this left turn, and man, it's just a downhill sprint to the finish line. So pretty cool. Great venue, great course, goes by the water a little bit. Does have, you know, a hill or two in it, but nothing major. It's a pretty fast course. So should be a really good day. Looking forward to it. Okay, heading down towards the start line here.
2-mile fun walk. If you're in the, move on up to the start line.
Okay, we're heading up to the start. The 2-mile walk just got started. So heading up there. Hey, how are you?
My path buddy.
Absolutely. How you doing?
Doing great. You ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Go open with the elites over there. I'm gonna go to the back.
All right.
I belong.
Take it easy. That guy right there, John Minervino. It's the guy I'm always about 20 or 30 seconds behind. So let's see if I can keep up with him today. I don't know if I'm in that shape, but we shall see.
You got about 4 minutes to the start of the race.
I got to get up.
Thank you all for coming out.
a spot
Happy
so I
Father's Day. I wish I could
get a good spot to start.
bring every one of my... Happy Father's Day to everyone. Thank you to John Beisowitz and to Ray and to everybody who makes it possible in the town of Branford, of course, and to every one of you, especially the veterans who are here today and the men and women who are serving abroad. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Have a great race. Be safe. Good luck. Thank you.
Okay, we're getting ready to go. Just ran into Alan McDougall, another one of my competitors here, or my rivals. And we're ready to rock and roll. It's a little bit warm, but we'll deal with the heat. It's getting ready. We probably got about a minute left, so ready to go.
Okay, folks, we probably have about a minute and a half to the start. Drink plenty of water, guys, out there. There's 6 water stations out there. There's one at the 1 and 3/4, 2.5, 3, 4, 4.5. Drink plenty of water out there. It's hot. Enjoy the day. Thank you for coming.
Thank everybody for coming to Branford today.
Okay, we're off. Let's focus now. Let's focus. Let's focus. Hey, I beat John today. I beat John. Woo. Let's see what happens. Woo. So everybody, it was a great day here on Father's Day in Branford, Connecticut. Old Man Van finally beat John Minervino, finally beat Peter Hornack, finally won his age group at the Branford Road Race. So really great day today. Very happy about it. I ran a 34:54, so just slightly slower than 2 years ago, but considering I'm not in the same shape I was 2 years ago, this was a really good race. So happy about it. Happy to see my kids over here. There they all are. And the doggy. Gotta have the doggy. Nilu. How you doing, Nilu?
Good job, Dad. Good job.
Woohoo! So we're gonna head over to the award ceremony and get my well-deserved victory award for today.
Olivia Mondo, number 3. Men 60 to 64. Third place, Peter Hornack. Second place, John Minervino. And in first place, William Wahuni. Van Noordt. What size shirt? What size shirt? And your second? And what size shirt? All right, 65 to 69 female. We have number 3, Barbara Pierce. Number 2, Debbie.
Pretty awesome. Wahooey! Wahooey! Oh man, that was brutal. That was brutal.
Great race for Hootie.
Great race. John came up to me. He came up to me a couple of times.
Barbara's third. What size
Great
shirt?
job today. Great race. Nice guy. Wahooey. All right.
So your tribal name?
Huh?
So your tribal name?
This is sad for the men who are in their 60s. The 65-year-old top 3 beat all the 60-year-olds. If you see a 60-year-old guy with a pat him on the back and say, hey, I'm older and I'm faster.
Next year I'm going to be a minute faster.
What was that?
Next year I'm going to be a minute faster.
Yeah?
Yeah.
First place.
That's awesome. So there you have it, a great result on Father's Day, right? I've been trying to beat John Minervino. He's one of the best local runners around at my age group, and I've been trying to beat him for a couple of years. I've been trying to get up to his level. I'm generally 30 seconds to a minute or so behind him, and I just haven't been able to get over that hump. So on Sunday, at the start of the race, I had no expectations that I was going to, be able to place, and I really had no expectations that I was going to beat John. I saw him at the start, and I said, you know what, let me just try to stick with him. Let me see where he's at, kind of get behind him, see if I can keep up. We took off, and I was going maybe about 6:38, 6:40, and I'm like, man, we're taking off a little hot. We went down, it's a little bit downhill, and some flats for the first mile plus, and I just tucked in behind him, and I'm just like, man, let me see how long I can stay with this guy. I know how he is, and usually he just is like a diesel truck, and he just keeps going and pulling away. I was able to stay with him, and I was kind of surprised. He did put in some surges, but I pulled back up to him. At one point, I pulled right up beside him, and I don't know if it was me or if he saw me there, but he put in another surge, and I'm like, oh, okay, he doesn't like this. He's going to take off. So he put the little surge in, and I'm like, okay, let me see if I can get back up. I got back up, and he was running the tangents real well, so every time he would shift to go run the tangent, I would just follow him. I would go right with John, and I would be a few steps behind him, so I don't even know if he felt me there or or he knew that I was there. But we got to, I think, a little over the 2 mile mark, and then we start getting into the hills, right? There's a big hill. I think it's maybe a little over 2 miles in. And at the base of that hill, I kind of pulled in front of him really quick, and then I just dieseled it up that hill. I didn't overdo it going up that hill, but I expected he was going to be right on my tail and he was going to be following me or even past me going up the hill, but he didn't. I kind of looked to my side a little bit, not turning my head all the way, and I didn't see him right there behind me. So I got to the top of the hill, and I was redlining at that point, and I needed a little bit of downhill and some flats to kind of catch my breath a little bit. So get to the top of the hill, and I'm like, okay, let me see if I can leg it out a little bit and kind of relax a bit. I kept looking behind, didn't see him, but I felt he was probably not too far behind me and just was waiting for his moment to strike. So I kept pushing it. I was hurting a little bit. It was, a little bit warm, like I said. I was pouring water on my head at every water stop. And I expected he was maybe shadowing me now and was just going to, take his opportunity at some point. So I kept running. I looked to my side a little bit, and I'm like, I don't see him. I don't see him out of my peripheral vision. I don't know how close he is. And I fully expected that maybe in the last mile, he would either pass me or say in the last half mile, he would go right by me and blow me away. So we got to mile 5, and I was starting to feel a little bit better. Miles 3 and 4 were right around 7 minutes. There were some hills in there. I was catching my breath. And then we get to mile 5, and I'm like, I got to put it all out there. And I upped my pace to about 6:40. So I pushed through. I said, man, it's less than a mile. Just got to get through the finish, and you know what? And see what happens. So we get to this kind of gradual uphill towards the finishing corner, and I just gave it everything I had. I still expected John was probably close behind and might go by me, but it never happened. It never happened. I kept pushing, went around the corner. You see it in the video. I ran across that finish line, and as you can tell, I left it all out there on the course on Sunday. Man, I was done when I crossed that finish line. But John wasn't there. John didn't pass me. John finished like 10 seconds behind me. When I got up after I was like, I got up, I fist bumped John, congratulated him, he congratulated me. And, the feeling I had was not, hey, I finally kicked your butt, because I know John, maybe he wasn't having a great day. But I felt like I had done something that I didn't expect. I had run a race to a plan, right? I said, you know what? I'm going to follow him. I'm going to follow him. I was following my pace pro, so I had that in there. I followed him, and strategically, I think I ran one of my best races. I followed him. I stayed with him. I used him to kind of pull me along. And then when I felt the time was right, I gave it a shot. I pulled ahead of him. And in the end, I was able to hold him off and win that race for the 60 to 64 age group. The other gentleman, Peter Hornack, another great runner in the age group, he was only 4 seconds behind John. So they were pretty close, right? So overall time, I beat John by like 10 seconds, but I think chip time, it was only about 7 seconds. So about 11 seconds between the three of us. And, I just feel like I had a surprise race that day. I didn't expect I was going to have as good a race, but I think my fitness is really coming back. And I think the base of fitness I got through the Boston Marathon training really has helped me in these shorter races. And these shorter races are helping build my speed and build a lot of fitness that I'm going to take right into this next block of Chicago Marathon training, which I'm going to start next week. It's a 16-week plan this time. I will do a video on that 16-week plan and show you what I'm going to do. I'm also going to do a little video on Pace Pro because I promised I'm going to do that, show you how to set that up. Lastly, I'm also going to do a video on the update of the Endorphin Pro 4s. So I wore those when I won the Yukon Health Half Marathon on Iron Horse 60 to 64 age group a couple weeks back. So I think you'll be interested to hear my thoughts after that kind of really all-out race. And one thing before I forget, as I mentioned, I'm going to do a video on the Pace Pro plan in Garmin and how to set that up. I hit my Pace Pro plan dead nuts on. My goal was a 34:50. So the pacing was based on that. I ran a 34:54, and if you look at my chip time, it's 34:50. So I hit it dead nuts. I really, really like the Pace Pro plan. I will say the first couple of miles, I was about 20 seconds ahead of pace. And so those middle miles slowed down a little bit. And that's why it pulled me back right to on pace. But it really is a good guide. I use it all the time. And I think it really helps me. And in many cases, makes me pull back or give it a little extra gas to keep on pace. So I will go over that, but it worked out perfectly. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll get notified when more videos are posted. As always, comments, any and all comments are welcome and really do help my channel. And also, if you have friends, running pals, acquaintances, family members that you feel may like the Old Man Van Running channel, please let them know. So thanks again for watching this video. And remember, as always, lace up those shoes and let's get out on the roads.
Railroad tracks run along the creek, walk 'em up and down in the summer heat. Same old boy changing like the seasons, country kid turning to a town right heathen.